What's good YouTube? Zaman here from Team Emporium. Today I've got a new deck profile for you. Today I will be showcasing you, if you guys haven't already guessed, heroes. Something I wanted to do for a while. I've always wanted to make a hero deck. I thought, why not make it now? And I can showcase for you my build. Full disclosure, it's got Orca, it's got Phantom Knights. Those are just two really good engines in the meta right now. But yeah, and before we get on with the video, don't forget to leave us a like, a comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We got plenty of content on the way. I'll be showing you a combo video and a real life duel to see how it holds up against other decks. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We post on there regularly. You'll get updates about the channel, and you'll also get we'll interact with you guys on there, bringing out discussions or just getting opinions or thoughts, or just showing you random stuff throughout the day. Without further ado, let's get to the video. So, starting with the video, we'll go with the main deck first. Starting off, we got 3 Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. Best normal summon of the deck, and preferably if you can, you want it to be your main and only normal summon, but doesn't always happen, but this is the one you want to normal summon if you've got it in your hand. When you normal summon this, you get to special summon a level 4 or lower hero monster from your hand, and that gets you into your Isolde plays really quick, or even if not, just gets you an extra body on board. Not much more else to say about it. Really good card. Next, we got 3 Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. This goes really well with Solid Soldier. Your normal Solid Soldier, you get to special summon Shadow Mist from your hand. Shadow Mist, when special summoned, gets to search you a Mask Change, which gets you into your Dark Lore really quickly. Its other effect is when it goes to the graveyard, you can add a hero card from your deck to your hand. So even if you already open Mask Change, you can send it to the grave off another effect, or from the field to the grave, and you can search another hero, which gets you more cards in your hands, which is great. Next, I run 3 Vision Hero Bion. Really good card. I may be cutting it down to 2. It's decent if you don't want to see it open hand, if you don't open Shadow Mist or something, but you've got plenty of ways to get to Shadow Mist, really, so you don't really need to worry about that too much. Yeah, might cut it down to 2, but when it's normal special summon, you get to send a hero monster from your deck to your grave. And the second effect we don't really worry about because we don't run polymerization. Next, a few of the Elemental Hero one-offs. So we got 1 Bubble Man. Pretty self-explanatory. 1 is just there as a discard target if all else fails. And 2, if you open up a few spells or traps, set them all, summon your other monster, and then you can special Bubble Man if it's the only card in your hand. So it's kind of like a free special summon if you haven't got any of the monsters. So you can't really complain about that. Next, Stratos. It's Strauss. Whenever summoned, you get add a hero monster or deal with any back row. Really good. You want to special summon this if you can off a few of the different cards or off Isolde or something. But yeah, really decent card. Definitely need to have that. And I run Honest Neos. I really like Honest Neos because you can search it off Isolde because you get to search Warrior monster, and then it basically gets your Dark Lore. When you get out, you can get your Dark Lore up to 4,900 attack points. So it makes it really difficult to beat over. So that's it for the core hero engine. Next, Destiny Heroes. You don't have to necessarily run all of these, but it's just what I prefer, what I've tested and what I like. So Destiny Hero Draw Hand. Gets special if he goes to the grave during his next time with his special summon him and you both draw a card. Yes, you're giving your opponent a free draw, but if you haven't already done Mask Change Dark Lore, you can use him to get into your Dark Lore, which is really beneficial, and you can't, even though they get a free draw, you get a free draw too, so it's worth it. Destiny Hero Celestial. Once cards is in the grave, apart from the pin it was sent there, and you've got no other cards in your hand, banish this, and I believe it's another warrior monster, and you get to draw 2 cards. Replenishes your hand a little bit, and if not, it's just another discard target or another card to send to your grave. Or, again, if all else fails, summon it with Solid Soldier, get into Isolde, and go from there. 2 Destiny Hero Malicious. If you could have it at 3, you'd run it at 3. But mainly because if you get it in the grave, you get a free warrior monster on the field, which is really good. So that's it for the main hero monsters altogether then. Next, some of the Orca stuff. So we got 1 Symbol Skeleton. With Orca stuff, we only run one-offs because although it's really good and it is really strong, you can get to it pretty quick. And the main focus is heroes. You could run some of the other Master Change cards, but I've mainly stick to Dark Lord just because it is the best of them all, really. But yeah, one skeleton, banish it, special Locust card from your graveyard, so it's really helpful. Harpora, banish it, special summon Orcus from your deck, so if you can find a way to discard this or get it to the grave, you get a free special summon, and it's really helpful. You could even send it off one of our other cards like Dark Ref or Armageddon Knight, and that way you don't have to go through the Mermaid place to get your Galatea, which means there's less chance of them hand trapping you there. So that's really beneficial. Orcus Nightmare, that's there for the Mermaid plays if you don't want to do that. I prefer to do this route only because you get through more of your cards, leaving more key cards in your deck and getting you the negations and stuff on board. Plus then you run less risk of drawing into it going like in your turn 2 or whatever to try and kill them. You'd rather have one of your other hero monsters or something instead. Next we got some of the Phantom Knights. I run the Cloak, might cut it. Don't mind it, don't love it, but it's come in handy a few times. If I open it or something, I can I usually end up discarding it off Armageddon Knight. Dark Refer, sorry. I usually summon Dark Refer off as old just to get a few more extenders and stuff, or even if not, you can send it off your Mermaid or something like that instead, and then you can banish it to search Brigadine, which is really good and get you a free monster. And then the main one that everyone wants to run, Boots, because you send this off Rusty, banish to set a Fogblade, you banish this, search another Fogblade, set another Fogblade. So we end up with 2 Fogblades. You don't want to run more than this, because turn 1 you're setting up your negates and interruptions and whatnot, and then your second turn you're going to kill them. That's what you're trying to do. So that's it for the Phantom Knight monsters in the main deck. Then I run Armageddon Knight, because it is Armageddon Knight. Once summoned, send a Dark Monster from your deck to your grave. Really good. And one Dark Refer. Again, you can special summon it if you open up like Orcus Nightmare or Destiny Malicious with this, and discard the Dark, send a Dark, so you get 2 Darks that you may want in your graveyard, which is really cool. So that's it for the monsters. Next on to the spells. We start off with 3 Mask Change. You run 3 because you want to see it as quickly in your opening hand, whether you're searching it off Shadow Mist or you're opening it. You want to see this in your hand. Because you want to get into your Dark Lord ASAP. Really good, and plus Dark Lord shuts down a lot of the meta decks at the moment. If you make Dark Lord going first against something like Salamangreat, they can't get over. They're probably going to really struggle getting over it because they haven't really got anything big enough, and the recursion goes to the grave. Same with Orcus. Orcus suck getting their stuff banished without them doing the banishing. Thunder Dragons don't mind too much because they get effectively banished, and Sky Strikers need the spells in the grave. So if you can stop them from going to the grave in the first place, it really slows them down a bit. So yeah, 3 Mask Change. Next, you got 3 emergency calls. This is if you don't open up like a Solid Soldier or Shadow Mist or one of the other key elemental hero pieces. Mainly those 2 really, but it gets you extra copies of them basically. And it's not once per turn, and you can add any elemental hero monster. So you could even search Bobman, Stratos, or Onsneos. Next one, a hero lives. Pay half your life points, special summon level 4 hero or lower hero monster from your deck. You're usually going to summon Stratos, because summon Stratos, search a card. That way you're playing 1 for 1 basically, but then you get another card from your deck to your hand. That would be beneficial for you. So it's really good. Really good extender if you open it, which you can have it more. Then I run 1 Fusion of Destiny. This is for the Destiny Hero Engine. You could probably cut this, and you could probably cut Celestial and maybe the Cloak and one Called by the Grave. I may be testing that soon, but this is just the build I've got at the moment. Yeah, it's cool. If I ever open this, I try to get into Isolde first, then use Fusion of Destiny, because then you can get the full benefit of Dominance when it dies by the fact of Fusion of Destiny, because then you get to bring back your Destiny Hero monsters from your graveyard, which is really cool. Plus then if you bring back Draw Hand off, if you bring Draw Hand back because of Dominance, you get a draw again, so, you know, can't really complain there. Next one, Orchestrated Babel, just to get you quickly Orcus card effects. Really useful, helps you disrupt your opponent's plays. by like bringing back a Yugioh, bringing back Galatea to set up your negates or whatever. Really useful there. One rota, not much to say about it. It's kind of a staple if you're running warriors, you kind of need that. Next to your equips, so we've got Moon Mirror Shield. If all else fails and you open this with just a normal summon, a lot of decks are really going to struggle to get over it unless they open up the spell and trap removal or find a way to get rid of your monster through effects. This is all for the Isolde engine. Then you've got Divine Phoenix Swordblade. Just really good for warriors. You can banish 2 warriors in your grave to add this back to your hand. So it makes it a really good discard target if you open it. DDR, really good because you can bring back your banished stuff. Off Isolde, you're not really going to send this if you don't have to. You'd rather keep that in your deck and maybe draw it later to get some of your banished resources back. Big bang shot, just because I need an extra equip and I couldn't find any of my others, I'd probably run something like Living Fossil instead, because that would be much better than this. So as soon as I get one of them, I'll be running Living Fossil and United We Stand, because if you can make a board, you can equip that and you can get one big strong card. So that's it for the spells. And finally, the traps. So you got 2 Fog Blades, pretty self-explanatory. Stop monster effects going off, really useful. And you can banish it to bring back a PK card from your graveyard, so bring back Rusty if you use it. Brigandine, because a bit of a warrior extender, if all else fails anyway, and just gets you an extra body on board to get into your Rusty or something instead. And 1 Crescendo, because Galatea is a good card, and Crescendo is a good card. Why not have the Omni negate if we can have it? Next, we'll be going to the extra deck. I haven't got a side deck really at the moment, but if I did, I'd side in to go in second cards, like probably Pankratops, because it's just a really good card, bait out the negate. I'd consider Mind Control, because you can force them to use up some of the negates or steal a Colossus or something if you're facing Thunder Dragons. You could consider like your Twin Twisters, your Artifact Lanciers, your Evenly Match, Red Reboots and whatnot, just those type of cards really. Those will be in the side. I don't really like doing the side in the deck profile only because it can change so drastically in just a few moments. So I stick to the main deck and then sides I'll give you advice as I go along. But with the extra deck, 2 Dark Law, because it's heroes and you're not really playing heroes if you're not running a couple of the hero fusion monsters, and Dark Law is probably the best hero fusion monster ever. Well, maybe not ever, but one of the best fusion hero monsters through mass change, because you can just send everything to the banish pile instead, which is really good. Next, Destiny Hero Dystopia. That's if I open up or use some of the other Destiny Hero stuff earlier and then I draw into Fusion Destiny, and I've only got 2 Destiny Heroes left, at least I still got a target and it's not a dead card. Dominance, because it's really good, and if it dies in the end phase because Fusion Destiny, you get 3 Destiny Hero monsters back from your graveyard, and also you can stack your opponent's deck to make them get a really bad card. Time Thief Reader, because it's just a really good card, and you can make it run away and come back under Rusty and pop something, and keep disrupting the deck by stealing the top card. 1 Dingirsu, because Dingirsu is good, lets you reoccur some of your Orcus stuff. And when you summon, you can disrupt your opponent's plays. So if you summon it from a graveyard, you can send one of their cards to the graveyard. And if you summon it under Rusty, you can pop another one of their cards, which is really good. 1 Nightmare Mermaid, pretty self-explanatory. Mermaid's good. Probably, sad as it is, it probably will get hit, which will slow down Orcus. But if they don't hit any of the main deck Orcus stuff, they can probably still go nuts. But Mermaid, really good. Probably will get hit. Next I run 2 Galatea. It's just a really good card to get you to your Omni Negate, and if you can get into the second one of these and bring back your Dingirsu, that's just another interruption with Crescendo and stuff set, so it's really good. Next we got Isolde. That's just for the warrior engine. If you're running so many warriors like this, you may as well run Isolde. If anything, you bait out some negates, and then you can go nuts with Mermaid, or if not, you can go nuts through Isolde. Nightmare Mermaid, Cerberus, sorry. That's just there to link into Mermaid, or if you're going second, you can try and use an effect to force them to negate or something, but really you just use Natural Link straight into Mermaid. Extra Hero Cross Crusader. I'm probably going to cut this. It's okay. Just 2 warrior monsters, so it's not too bad, but it locks you into, I believe it locks you into warriors for the rest of your turn, which kind of sucks. Or something along those lines, but probably going to cut this. May cut it for another of the masked heroes, maybe the water one. I can't remember its name at the moment, but may cut it into that, or cut it for a Nightmare Unicorn. Rusty, because it's a really good card. People want it to get hit, but if it does, so many rogue strategies will die. This has enabled so many other decks to try and keep up with the current meta and to not just to kind of fall into the shadows, basically. Really good. Send a Phantom Knight monster from your deck to the grave, set a Phantom Knight spell trap directly from your deck. Really strong. And plus, if Dark Xyz monster summon to special summon to its one of the zones it points to, you get to pop one of your opponent's monsters, I believe. So, really good card. Then finally, we got Borolo Dragon. Really good Linkfall. If you haven't got it, you can pick it up pretty cheap from the reprints from Dual Power. Really good. Helps you get rid of some problematic boss monsters by just stealing them. Really, it's really helpful to get over some issues if you're trying to kill them or something. But really, if you're trying to kill them, you can play Borolo Dragon. Really good card. If you haven't got it, yeah, I'd recommend trying to get it or wait until the reprints to try and get it, because it's just so essential if you're trying to kill your opponent in the next turn. If you can make this with like one other monster, you're probably going to win. It's just such a good OTK card, and yeah, you should invest in it if you can. But yeah, that's it for the hero deck, guys. Like I said, let me know your comments below and your thoughts on the deck. Anything you change or add. Like I said, you could cut maybe some of the Destiny Heroes stuff, or maybe like cut away the cloak or something, run some Cold by the Graves to protect your stuff going first. I'm going to be testing that soon. But yeah, that's it. So, like I said, leave a like if you comment and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. After this video, we shall be getting a combo tutorial for you all, just to show you some basic combos with the hero stuff, and then hopefully we'll get a live duel for you as soon as possible as well. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.